Hello.
Hey guys, welcome back. Episode 19 of Full Credit to the Girls.
Huge.
Huge stuff.
19 weeks.
That's insane, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of us, dude. OMG.
How's that for commitment? Look at us
Oh.
go.
Okay, let's get into it. Highs and lows of the week.
Oh.
Let's start with our lows.
Okay, yep.
Let's start with our lows.
My low mixes in with my high. I'll think of a different low.
I'll do my low
first, yeah.
first because it was traumatizing and I've told every single person that I know about this interaction that I had. So, Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've done such a big shift. I've been walking around all day. I'm exhausted. There's a huge ass freaking storm. It's like 7 o'clock p.m.
There's been storms like
every night for the past few, I was going to say few weeks, that's an exaggeration.
like week and a half, 2
Yeah.
weeks.
But it was storming and the power went out at work.
Yeah.
And then it came back on like 3 minutes later. Like it wasn't crazy.
Must have a backup generator.
Oh, for real. And that was kind of the point where we were like, okay, time to go home. Like we were in a function, so it was like everyone had left and we still had some setting up to do for the next day, but it was just kind of like,
yeah,
everyone just go home. Like it's not worth like standing here worrying about the storm, whatever.
Yeah, and whether you can get home.
Yeah. Yep. So unfortunately backup generators didn't really get to the car park, right? And so I'm parked, like we have to park at the back of the car park and there's like trees and stuff there, whatever. So no lights on. I've got my phone in my bag because I'm like, well, I don't want my phone to get like wet. Like it's pissing down. So I'm like running to my car. Obviously my car is like dark color, can't see anything that's on it.
Yeah.
Get into the car, I'm like, shit, I need petrol. Like I'm on low.
I'm on empty.
I need to go get petrol. So I drive like 2 minutes to the closest petrol station from work. I get out, I close the door, turn around. The biggest, most fugly looking huntsman is sat next to my petrol cap on my car. And when I tell you this motherfucker was huge, like it was the span of my hand and its legs weren't even fully extended. Like it was giant and it was like furry and grey. It was so gross. And like,
yuck.
I feel like I've said this multiple times on the pod, hate spiders, can't do them. And so I'm like, shit, like I can't get back into my car. I can't go any closer than I am right now. I don't know what to do right now. And so I like look into the petrol station and there's like 5 guys standing around the till and I'm like, shit, like usually would avoid, but I need to. I have to go and ask for help. So I walk in and I'm like, hey, there's a giant spider on my car, like please can someone help? They literally just stared at me, blank faces, no one comes to my rescue until I just hear this, I'll help you. And it's this beautiful woman. And she's like, I'm going to say mid-40s maybe. And she's like, I'll help you, come on, let's go. And we walk out and she's like, oh shit, that is huge. And I was like, right, like I'm so sorry. Like I'm just terrified of them. Like can you just like flick it off my car, preferably kill it. Like I just can't handle that. She was like, yeah, of course. So she like gets this envelope out of her car and she's like, you just stand wherever you feel safe. I'm like,
what a legend.
What a legend.
What an absolute angel.
Literally standing like a meter away from the car and she like flicked the spider off and I'm like standing there, obviously looking very afraid, very frightened and flicks the spider off and I don't see where it runs and I just feel like I've always been told like if the spider goes under your car, like it'll get into it'll climb into your car and it'll like be in your car. So I'm like, yep, okay, no worries. It's going to be in my car. It's going to attack me in my sleep. Yep, no worries. So I'm like, did you see where it ran? And she was like, yep, it ran in that direction. You're fine. Like it's gone. And I was like, okay, like haven't moved from the spot that I'm standing in. She looks at me. She goes, do you want me to pump your petrol for you? And I'm standing there, like tears in my eyes. And I was like, I really don't want to say yes. And she was like, don't worry, like it's fine. I'm literally standing a meter away from my car as this woman is pumping the petrol into my car because there was a spider on it. Like, hello.
Bless her cotton
She
socks.
was so beautiful. And the entire time she's like, you're okay. Like, you're fine. Everything's going to be okay. I'm, like, shaking. Standing there. Mind you, it's still pissing down rain. Like, this woman was beautiful. So, like, she'd just gone in to get a charger. So I bought the charger for her. And, like, we walked out and I was like, I just have to say, like, you are genuinely sent from God. Like, I don't know if you believe...
Sorry.
Hey, yep, talking about spiders and you're looking up like that. Yep, no worries. Perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, you're an angel. Like, I would have been sitting on the side of the curb crying because obviously called my dad first instinct. Didn't pick up. Yeah, want me to sit and die on the side of the road. No worries.
Yep.
Like, I genuinely don't know what I would have done had she not fixed the issue for me. And she was like, no, you're so fine. Like, clearly those guys weren't going to do anything. And I was like, yeah, for real. Like,
I'm a damsel in distress.
Literally. I'm like, I'm on the verge of tears and none of you are going to do anything about it. No worries.
What has this world come to?
I'm like, men are useless. Done deal. Honestly. But, yeah, that's my low for the week. But also, my biggest shout out goes to this woman. Her name is Jackie. Jackie, if you're watching.
Thanks, Jackie.
I love you. And I hope you never, ever, ever have any hardships in your life.
Bless her.
Because you are an angel. Literally.
Bless her little
So good.
My low, I think I'm going to go with a low that's very similar. Has nothing to do with spiders. Has something to do with petrol station though. So my dad gets in my car on Thursday night and we drive 3 centimeters and he goes, you need air in your tires. And I was like, what? And he was like, you need to put air in your tires feel flat. And I was like, my light on my dash is not on. Not on the white pants, Georgie.
Please continue.
He was like, your tires feel like they're low. And I was like, well, my light's not on. Like, that can't be a big deal. And I was dropping my little sister to schoolies on Saturday. And he was like, you need to have air in your tires before that. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it on my way home we were going to her graduation mass. I was like, I'll do it on my way home. Huge fuck off storm that night. Literally was driving and like randomly would be like, oh, suddenly it's the middle of the day because the lightning was so bright. So obviously did not stop to get air in the tires. So then it's Friday. I've just finished a day at kindy and I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I can do it. I've put air in my tires before. It's not a new thing. I can do it. I know that I can. So I get to the petrol station. I pull up to the little air bit and I'm like putting the machine, the little hose thing on my wheel, and it goes for about 3 seconds and then it's like beep, 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 beep. And I'm looking at the machine and it's saying error and I'm like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I'm fat, ugly and stupid. What is going on? So I go to a different tire and I'm like, maybe it's just that tire that's not having it today. That's fine. Go to a different tire. It's like beep, 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 beep. So many people. It's a full petrol station. I was meant to get gas as well. And there was a line. I was like, I'll just go do the air.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying anything. It's still saying error on the thing. I've done all 4 tires at this point. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go to call my dad and he's in New Zealand. And so I'm like, well, I can't call him. So then I call my brother-in-law. Shout out Dylan.
Shout out Dylan.
Love you. And I'm like, I'm trying to put air in I'm like on the verge of tears. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm trying to put air in my tires and it just keeps coming up with error. And Dylan goes, it's okay. Maybe you're not putting the thing on properly or the machine's broken. Like, have a look at the machine and go inside and ask the person at the till if there's anything up with the machine. So I'm like, oh yeah, great idea. I look at the machine. Sorry, not in service. And I was on the phone and I was like, I looked at the machine. It's not in service. And Dylan was like, yeah, it's okay. Don't stress. Just go down to the Caltex. I was at a 7-Eleven. He was like, just go down to the next petrol station, which is like, what, a kilometre away?
Yeah, not that far away.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. He's a videographer. He had like 3 graduations that day. I was like, he's not even going to pick up. What's going on? He picked up. I was like, I'm so sorry for bothering you. He was like, no, it's okay. I'm in between pack downs. And I was like, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
And then I go to the next petrol station. worked fine. I knew exactly what I was doing. Nothing was wrong. I just needed to pay a little bit more attention.
But like you said, the sign wasn't on the front of it.
It wasn't on the front. It was on the side, and it was also upside down. It looked like it could have been there just like constantly, and they put it on the actual front of the machine when it's broken.
Like, surely if it was out of service, you'd put out of service across the screen that has like the stuff on it.
Yeah. How am I meant to know what those beep, beep, beeps mean?
Literally. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know.
And also, nobody came and told me, which, like, good, bad, same time, because I would have been so mortified had someone come up to me and be like, hey, you're an idiot, look, it's right there, it's not in service. But also, I did all 4 tyres. Everybody heard the beeping. And everybody thought I was an idiot.
Like, if it was me and I saw someone else doing that, I wouldn't have the knowledge to be like, it's out of service. But the guy in the petrol station would have. Mm-hmm. Just a little,
100%.
Hey, like, it's not working.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The one at the BP, the one at the Caltex, the one up the road at the other 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah. Not that hard.
I'm not placing the blame on anybody because I should have just looked at the bloody stupid sign. But it was just like, I was tired. It had been a full day.
Yeah.
I've been crying every single time I get into the car this week because I'm just so overwhelmed. And it was actually the first day that I hadn't burst into tears when I got into the car. So I was feeling really strong, really proud of myself. And then that happened and I was like, oh, no, tears flowing.
So I'm fat, ugly and stupid, no worries.
Tears are flowing.
That's
anyway,
crazy.
But then air was put into my tyres.
We went down to the coast on Saturday.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our high.
It's a combined high, and it is possibly the high of the year.
Dude, I can't even, like, I'm gonna scream. Like, I actually can't. So this was a fluke too.
Oh, we dropped Molly,
my
little sister, to schoolies. We, like, took her up to the room, did the things, and we were like, we wanted to go for a swim.
Yeah.
But also it was 1 p.m. and we were like, starving,
don't want to be in surfers paradise.
No,
like, let's get out of here.
We drove to Broad Beach, which is our little go-to. We love Broad Beach. And we drive past Costa Tacos and we were like, oh, we could do a bit of a taco moment. And I was like, not vibing it.
Who the fuck is whistling at us right now?
If you're gonna catcall me, just
get off our property. It's a bird.
It's literally a bird. So we drive a little bit further and then turn down a random side street.
Yeah. And you just happen to be like, oh, there's a bagel place here.
Because Mum and Dad have spoken about a really good bagel place. And I was like, I don't know what it's called. I don't know where it is. But I know that it's near here because they've walked to it.
Yeah.
And then, so we Google, we're like, bagel near me. It was bloody O Bagel.
Yeah, freaking O Bagel. Right.
Literally.
Like 500 metres from where we'd parked. Mm-hmm. So we're like, fuck yeah, let's go. Mind you, it's like 1:30. It is 1:36. I looked at the time and I was like, shit, they close at 2. Like, let's get a wriggle on. Yeah. So we walk down and we walk in and it's like you walk through the seating area to get into, like, and we hadn't looked at the menu or anything. No. So we're standing at the menu thing and
it's
both
sunny.
of us are like, whoa! Both of us walk in and we're like, fuck, those two guys are
double smash. Like double took because I was like fucking
smashed.
hot.
And then I was like, that guy looks kind of familiar. What the freak?
And then we both look at each other and we're like, they're from Love Island.
That's Tommy and Zane from Love Island.
Literally at the exact same time. And it was like,
and like, oh, they're so hot in real life.
Are so much bigger in person than they look on TV. And like, this is the for real celebrity.
I'm like, why are you here? Like, obviously, I have been watching Love Island. I am up to date.
I know they live on the coast.
I know they live on the Gold Coast. But, like, what are you doing at O Bagel right now if sitting in front of me?
At the same time that we are.
And so we order. Mind you, we're being very cool, calm, and collected. Like, I'm actually quite proud of us.
So nonchalant.
Except for the fact that, so, like, we go into order, and I'm, like, on Snapchat, sending a message, like, typing out Zane and a guy, couldn't remember his name. Sorry, Tommy. Shout out to you, love. Literally, Zane and a guy from Love Island are, like, here with us right now. Mm-hmm. As Zane walks behind me to get his bagel. And I'm like, okay, so, like, you're so tall. Like, if you looked down, like, you could see what is going on in my phone. But So we maintained our nonchalant act.
We were so cool. We like, and the seating is quite tight.
Yeah.
And so like to get to where we were going to sit, you had to like wriggle over the chairs and be like literally could have touched.
Absolutely.
Could have given him a little forehead kiss. I was
literally
close.
could have walked past and said, "Did you miss this?
Did you miss this?"
I have never been more starstruck.
We were saying when we go to the beach, there's always like an expectation or like, will we see a Bronco or a Titan? Will we see an NRL player?
Or an AFL, like a Suns player, like
someone. We will see an athlete. This was so much better.
10 times better.
So much better.
It was genuinely, like, neither of us could stop smiling for real. Like,
it was so insane.
And like, they also kept looking at us.
Like they would.
And I'm not saying that to be like we're the most gorgeous girls on the planet,
we were
but
literally
like
the most gorgeous, playful, funny.
Like we were so cute,
and they were
looking over. And then, see, the thing is too, because they were like taking photos and videos.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, what did they say for the story or something?"
Yeah. Should we take a video for the story?
But obviously, like, they're still on their Love Island.
They're in the villa.
Instagram,
currently.
like, stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where are you posting this?
And we would, like, they were taking a story as we were walking behind them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, you're literally going to see my legs. Like,
yeah.
I'm literally famous.
Like, what the fuck?
Tag me at Full Credit to the Girls.
And then except I think what your lowers was before we're walking out. So the place was closing, and so both of us got up to leave.
Wait, before we say that, the place is closing. They grabbed their chairs and stacked their chairs and put them to the side.
Yeah.
And I was like, you are the kindest, cutest.
Literally. And we're like, thank you so much as they're leaving.
Except, slight ick, Zane was on the phone on speaker, stacking his chair. Like,
see, I don't think that's an ick.
He's like, I was like, why is your phone on speaker? Put it to your ear. Do you want me to hear a conversation?
Maybe he was just like too sweaty. He didn't want to.
He was like,
sweat on his...
can I shower at yours?
We're just round the corner at O'Bagel.
Can we shower at yours?
It's like round the corner. Who's around the corner?
Who's
Xanthi?
Where are you
Sophie?
going?
God. Yeah, but then we like both walked out at the same time, and we were like, well, let's walk in front of them because we don't want to be awkward stalkers, like walking after them.
Yeah.
So we're walking in front of them. Liv fucking... I was going to say stacks it.
I didn't fall.
You didn't fall. And it was honestly fun. Like, just a little bit of a rolled ankle moment.
I just was walking on the edge of the path, and you know when your foot just kind of like falls off the edge of the path and you do a little bit of a stumble. And it could have been, I could have played it off like nothing had happened, but I stopped and went, what the fuck? I like laughed or did something, and I was like, oh, I've made such a big deal out of it. Now I know that I'm just a clumsy little girl.
Except then we keep walking and they're still behind us, and there was this like metal board on the footpath, and in my head I was like, that'll be fixed to the ground, no worries. Step on it. Boom, crash, explosion.
The loudest noise. And we both went, what the fuck?
Turned around and was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I just hear this cackling.
They're both pissing themselves
behind us. And I'm like, so we're gorgeous and we're funny. And
they literally are in love with us.
You are in love with us. So, yeah, that's our high of the week.
And then we went to the ocean and had a little swimmy,
which is just
ocean.
Good for the soul, really.
Also, the bagels were delicious. We had coffees. I had a maple cold brew with coconut milk.
I had a caramel cold brew with oat milk.
Oh my God,
divine,
delicious,
divine. And if you were watching last week's ep, which obviously you have, they had the best lids.
Oh yeah, they did.
Plastic cups, obviously, but flat lid that had a little sippy cup moment.
But and also you could a straw fit in.
You could like clip it
back
and like push it in, and or like leave it down. So if you're driving, I'm like, perfect. It's sat there nicely. Yeah, we're not going to spill, but you can put a straw in it, so you can sippy cup or you can straw.
Literally perfect and delicious, and the bagels were delicious. We got the Big Mama.
Big Mama.
How did you order it? What did you say when you ordered it?
I said, can I please have the Big Mama bagel? And then I shit my pants because I didn't know what bagel I wanted it on.
Yeah, didn't realize we had to pick, and Zane was behind us.
Seizure.
I was like, can I please have the Big Mama. And I said it so weird. And as soon as I said it, I went, I'm going to actually have to neck myself.
But see, the funny thing is I'm like, so you're just a random dude from the Gold Coast. Also, Tommy, you eat full eggs.
Yep.
Apparently you eat 6 of them a day. Like,
She's got to be lying.
you guys are so random. But, like, apparently I'm just head over heels in love with both of you.
And
So
they are good. Tommy is fucking gorgeous.
he is. He has such kind features.
Such warm.
Smash, dude.
Genuinely. And then we were just reeling the entire... Like, we sat in the car for 20 minutes just going, holy fuck. What the fuck?
We could not think about anything else.
And it's so rogue because, like, they're not celebrities.
Which is why... Because we were like... I was like, should I ask for a photo?
Yeah.
But they were eating.
Why did your voice...
I don't know. I've died. Died and gone to heaven. I'm so overwhelmed.
Excuse the sirens.
Excuse the sirens. They were eating, and like cardinal rule of asking someone for a picture is you don't interrupt them eating. Sorry if you don't know that. It's a rule. Follow it.
Especially a bagel, because and they were like really into the way they were like, oh
yeah. Anyway, so
hot.
Don't want to take a picture when they have their bagel, and then he was on the phone, and I was like, nah, it's not the
Yeah.
vibe. But also like,
We're just cool, calm, and collected.
we are.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what am I gonna do with this photo?
Yeah.
Really? Like only a select few of people. What?
Select few people.
Select few people.
We'll know, one, we'll know who it is, and 2, we'll care.
So, I got a sneaky vid, but that's all I
But
need.
genuinely the highest of highs. We were so excited for like, and then I was thinking about it last night. I was like, why were we so excited by that? They were so hot, probably would have been excited even if they weren't
regardless.
hot. Like the
So
high
hot.
could have been the fact that they thought we were so funny and pretty and friendly.
And they kept looking at us because, why wouldn't you?
But like huge.
Dude, anyway.
Absolutely huge.
High of life, really. High of the year.
For real.
Okay,
Onto
we've
the
got a lot
sports
of
news.
NRL and AFL, but to start off with, there's a competition
A netball comp.
between New Zealand and Australia, and it's netball 5, fast 5 it's called, where there's only 5 players on a team at one time, and it's like Australia and New Zealand send their like developmental players, like it's not the best players of the country.
No.
It's like people who could be the best, but
not yet.
not yet. So they send them over and like they verse each other, and they do
They
like
introduce themselves. I don't know why they do it, but they do a little dance.
they do a dance pretty much.
That's
And the men's team slayed their dance. I feel
it was so good,
like excellent.
so good.
Shout out to them because they all like excellent choreography, excellent song choice. B, excellent commitment.
Yeah,
Like they all got into it and did it well.
and plenty of people would have been like half-assed it,
Yeah.
but they seemed very like we have practiced and we are performing.
Yeah. So, anyways, there was an interview done by radio host and sports commentator Dobbo, who had a lot to say in a negative capacity about the boys dancing.
Yeah, men netball.
And men netball. Men playing netball?
Yeah.
I've not heard. Have you've listened to it?
I've seen it. Yeah, I saw it. So Annika sent it to us and was like, "Put this on the pod." I'd already seen it. You had not.
You've
seen videos of their dance, but you hadn't seen the radio host, right?
Yes, I've seen their dance, but I haven't seen the interview. So we're gonna have a look at it, and I'm gonna give you my reaction.
Yep.
Absolute idiots have decided to go on and become and channel their inner boy band sort of lifestyle, and they've done this dance that before they took on South Africa on the weekend. They're over in New Zealand. They're playing in that Fast 5 competition. Yep. And, you know, I understand if you're singing a national anthem. I understand if you're from New Zealand and you do the haka. I don't understand if you're Australian and whoever gave you the name the Kelpies.
That's brilliant. Iconically Australian.
Well, sorry. playing men's netball isn't iconically Australian. So I'm being honest here. These guys, and everybody's cheering them. Like, seriously.
To be clear, this is Triple M, not 4BC. But
I am absolutely, and I'm being honest, I'm appalled by this. I mean, these blokes, seriously, take a look at yourself. 5 absolute idiots.
What the fuck?
Yep.
The triple... So that was obviously just a clip. But the caption says, the Triple M host described the dance as disgusting, embarrassing, and said the men should just become strippers. He said it would have been more appropriate if the team danced to something like Horses or Working Class Man. What the fuck?
Like, so rogue. Also to be like, I'm sorry, but men playing netball's not iconically Australian. You're telling me men can't play netball?
Men have always played netball.
Netball is Australians. Like, it's such an Australian sport.
Have you never heard of mixed netball before? What?
It's so dumb.
Like, my dad played netball when he was my age.
We played it at school.
Literally.
Like, it was our inter-school sport.
I'm appalled by him thinking it's appalling.
Also,
like,
it's fun.
Grow up.
Do you know how much coverage and, what's the word, traction this got? Netball is now being talked about again.
Yeah.
Because they did a little dance. Who fucking cares? It was a good dance.
What the hell? I just don't understand.
It's so, and to be like,
why?
You can do the haka. Okay, toxic man.
But also the haka and having a dance for fun, completely different. Completely different.
Like, you can't compare the two.
Like, what? What do you
and
even mean?
I'm sure if the girls were doing that dance, he would have been like, good job, girls.
Yeah, probably. Like, just because you can't dance, just because you have the ability to move your body the same way a fucking robot does, doesn't mean that other people have to just...
So stupid.
Like, I'm like, they're creating an atmosphere. That's what people do at sports games. Like, That's what happens.
And it's bringing more...
awareness?
Yeah, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's bringing more people to the sport because that was viral on TikTok. Not the interview, but the actual dance.
The dance itself.
I saw it like 8 times in the span of my 2-hour doom scroll.
Yeah. I don't understand how you can have a negative thing to say about it because, like, what did he base that on? His own opinion that men shouldn't be dancing.
Mm-hmm. Or playing netball, apparently.
Ew.
Yeah, hate him.
What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
Probably fat, ugly, and stupid, I reckon.
Oh, fat, ugly, and stupid. Yep, for sure. He looks so familiar.
That's not... Oh. Yeah, I feel like I've seen him before. Sorry for calling you fat, ugly, and stupid, but I don't agree with what you're saying.
No.
So...
Just not the vibe. You are disgusting to be saying those things on... Also, he's saying it on the radio, which I don't know about you. As a kid, religiously listened to the radio. There was never anything else that we were listening to. It was the radio.
Yeah.
So many kids are hearing this and then being like, oh yeah, boys shouldn't dance. Boys shouldn't play netball.
Yeah.
Which is just not what the world needs. Get a grip.
I'm like, why on earth... Like... Okay, you don't agree with it. Cool. There's no need to spread that to other people. Like, millions and millions of people have watched this video and been like, yes, hey, that's really cool. Like, good for you.
Share it.
Yeah. Like, just because you have a differing opinion doesn't mean that you have to tell everyone about it and bring other people down.
Yeah. Just be like, oh, wasn't what I expected.
Exactly.
Didn't necessarily love it.
Don't tell these people who have worked very hard to play this sport and bring some traction to it through a dance, like, God forbid.
It was also, like,
don't tell them to become strippers.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
So stupid.
More power to the strippers out there.
Exactly.
If you are trained as a netball sportsman, sportswoman, let them do what they want to do.
Exactly.
Fuck off, really.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say. Fuck off and get fucked.
Anyway, moving on from that.
On to the Broncos. Ah, sue us. We're talking about the Broncos again.
Hey, we live in Brisbane. What do you want from us?
Suck a fat one, really. Oh, sorry. God.
This is an explicit
Vulgar.
episode. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
The Broncos have a new jersey, which they just released, and the video that they used to release it was the cutest. It was giving a Qantas ad, you know, the
Yes.
like very heartfelt,
Yes.
like, oh, you feel good after you watch it. Video, and it's this little boy who's wearing a Broncos jersey. So the jersey is a recreation of a final jersey from like 2000 some.
Okay, an older jersey.
It's yep. And so he's got the older jersey and he's taped a number 7 on the back with strapping tape.
Yeah.
And he puts it on and he's watching videos of his heroes. And it says like Adam Reynolds with the ball, blah 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 blah. And then he's on like his little backyard and he's practicing all these plays and he's running around with the ball, and it is so cute.
And there's like I'm gonna say possibly a Kelpie running next to him, like
it's like so Australian.
so Australian. Oh, a Kelpie! Suck up that one! Literally, sorry, that was rogue, but like that's what the netball team was called. If you didn't catch on to that, so
yeah. But the video of the new jersey was really cute. There's been a lot of things being like, this is the ugliest jerseys the Broncos have ever had.
But I also saw someone else being like, these are, like, it started the video and it's comments from all these jerseys and it's you're made to think that they're about this year's jersey. And he comes on and he's like, that's all the comments from the past 2 years' jerseys. Like, there's always going to be hate around the jerseys. It is what it is, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the jersey.
I think the jersey looks nice.
Like, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, okay, that's a Broncos jersey if I've ever seen one.
Exactly.
Didn't really say, wow, I love it. Didn't also say, wow, I hate it. Like,
doesn't have the collar that this year's had.
And I just loved the collar.
I just thought it was beautiful.
But that was their away jersey.
Yeah, and also it
So
got
maybe
so
it
much
does have a
hate for having
collar.
a collar. They got so much hate for it. So they're just going to get hate regardless. But it is the first time in Broncos history that the NRL and the WNRL have identical league.
WNRL or NRLW?
Hey,
Either, I guess.
apparently I have dyslexia. I wrote WNRL.
You did, and I was like, that's rogue. WNBA, maybe.
But I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They have identically designed home jerseys for this year and next year.
Yeah.
It said.
Yeah.
Cute. Love it.
I like it.
Love to see it.
I like that they've got the same jersey. I think that's
too.
great.
Me too.
I think that slays. And I also
Step in the
don't
right
have a problem with
The jersey.
the design of the jersey. Would love to see the away jersey have a collar.
Yep.
Sue me.
Me too. I just.
It's just a smash.
It's just. There's something about it.
Something about a man who is in a collar but doing not really a man in a collar job, you know? Like,
Yeah, I just love it. I have zero reasoning as to why,
it just looks hot.
apart from it's pleasing to the eye.
It's aesthetically pleasing, let's put it that way.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay, in other Broncos news, Ezra Mam
Yep.
has been formally charged with 1 count of driving while relevant drug is
Present in the blood, and 1 count of driving a motor vehicle without a driver's license. That was copied directly from the Broncos news page. I know.
that is written so weirdly. Yeah, but so drugs in his system, didn't have a driver's license. But Madge has said that he is still going to be playing for the Broncos, but pretty much they have to wait for the court proceedings to happen because it's a legal matter now. They need to wait until that's resolved, however that looks, and then
They can talk about what his
from
future
there.
will look like.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I have seen a lot of stuff on Instagram. Apparently Adam Reynolds was saying, because I think they said he had his phone in rehab with him, so he's been contacted by a lot of people and in
he's
in communication
contact
with them.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone who's said anything about the issue has been like, Ezra's so concerned about everyone else involved and like just wants
Yeah.
to make sure that everyone else is okay. Which fair enough. I just feel
Yeah,
like anyone would be the same in that
Any
situation.
decent person would be, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, Madge also said, this is in quotes, "We need to work through making sure that we change where we've been as a club and use this moment in time to improve from where we've been and build the culture that we want it to be."
Yeah.
Basically saying we're using this as a catalyst for change.
Yep.
In the
Which I
club.
think is great.
Yeah,
I think it's necessary and I think it's the perfect opportunity
exactly.
to make a change however that looks.
I agree.
But yeah. That's our update on that.
Yeah, probably won't talk about it anymore until
Until we
all
know
is
more.
said and done.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing really to say. Everything that you're seeing in social media is so catastrophized and things. Like, I keep seeing things. Ezra Man suspended for 4 years. Ezra Man going to jail for 12 months. And it's like, no.
It's like no one actually knows
It's actually
at
your speculation.
this point. Like, he hasn't even gone to court yet, so let's just
No.
give it time to...
It will sort itself out, however that be.
Yeah. However that be, for real.
I just really wish that went under the
However
rug.
that be,
Hey.
you know?
What will be, will be.
Que sera, really.
Say lovey.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Okay, moving on. So, NRL signings and transfers. Let's freaking get into it. I've got like a weird toothache going on. It's kind of hurting.
Oh,
Sorry if I'm talking weird, but when do I talk normal? I don't know. The NRL play market is... Let me start again. The NRL player market is already in overdrive with a host of big names led by Ben Hunt and Josh Adokar on the move. Keep up to date with all player movement in our transfer tracker. Okay, cool. Thanks, news.com.
We've already spoken about some of these, but just this is a overview.
Yep.
Like, okay, this is what's happened so far.
Yeah.
As of November 17th, because obviously everything was November 1st.
Yep.
Okay. Starting with the Broncos. Reece, stuck as Reece Walsh's understudy, Tristan Saylor has made a move to St. Helens in the Super League, which is in
Overseas.
in like England or something, I
Yeah.
think. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's just NRL over there.
Yep.
So he's moved there. I think they said 2 years.
I think so too. Or a year or two. I'm not really sure. Marty Tapau, Xavier Willison have both pledged their future to the club with extensions. Corey Oates retired. Jordan Pereira, also retired. Ben Hunt remained firmly on the radar at Red Hill amid a cross-border battle for his signature. Slay. Okay, cool.
Lots of people want him.
Bulldogs, Josh Adokar gone, as we have spoken about. Cocaine drama.
Not
happens.
honest, not the culture.
No. Jarrell Skelton is a winger who's gone, making the move to the Tigers.
Yep.
But they have gained Inari Tuala and Marcelo Montoya in the mix for a starting spot. Interesting. I don't know who those people are, do you?
No,
Cool.
not a clue. Marcelo Montoya sounds very familiar though.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
I'm not sure where they've come from, though.
It might say further
Where did you
on.
come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe, really?
Satili Tuapanua and Tom Amoname add some depth to the Canterbury forward pack.
Oh, the club has been in the conversation for Ben Hunt amid rumours he wants to remain in Sydney.
There are rumours saying he wants to go here, there,
Oh,
everywhere.
there's rumours saying he wants to go to fucking Mars, so...
Honestly,
Who
we
knows?
won't know until we know. Until he's put his name on that dotted line, we won't know. It's all speculation.
For real. Cowboys. Backline will look different in 2025 with the loss of Carl Felt to St. Helens. Oh,
Super League
so
again.
he's going with old mate. For real. And Valentine Holmes
to the
to
Dragons.
the Dragons. What
Yep.
the freak?
That shocked me.
What the freak?
That absolutely shocked me.
To the Dragons?
Yep.
What? So he's moving from what? Townsville to Sydney.
St. Illawarra. Yep,
Is that in New South Wales?
I think so.
Chad Townsend is also on the way out to the Roosters. Jackson Paolo makes the move north from the Sea Eagles as a part of a player swap deal.
Yep, say that one.
Jazz Array,
Pua
Avase, head to Manly. Of course.
So they did a little swapsies.
Another Sea Eagle heading to the club is Carl Lawton.
Then we've also got
Kulekefu Finefuiaki.
who's moving. He was in the second row. And replacing him is Kai O'Donnell from Lay.
Lay?
Maybe that's another Super League
Yeah, I
one.
feel like it could be. Enforcer Jordan McLean has agreed to a 1-year deal to remain in North Queensland for the 2025 season. McLean was a key part of the Cowboys' return to finals in 2024, starting in all 22 of his appearances.
Then we've got Dolphins. Obviously, they're fighting for Ben Hunt. Everybody is apparently.
Oh, yeah,
Wayne
God.
Bennett left. And he left with Lachlan Hubner and Ewan Aitken.
Oh.
They've gone to...
Redfern.
No, they went to the
Wayne?
Dragons? No, not the Dragons. Who did he used to coach? Maybe back to the Rabbitohs.
I can't remember.
Where did he go? I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Just tell me.
Rabbitohs.
Yeah, thought so. Daniel Safiti is a pickup for the Dolphins. He's from the Knights, and he is filling a hole in the forward pack from Tavita Pangai Jr.
Max Fiagai is another addition in the backs from the Dragons.
Yeah.
So, Dragons. Obviously, Valentine Holmes is coming in. We've got Clint Gutherson and Damien Cook add some terrific experience in the respective positions.
This is
Zach Lomax
is going to the Eels.
I'm going to say something so crazy right now. Hear me out. He's kind of grown on me a little bit.
No way.
Not looks-wise, like, sorry. No. But, like, I think maybe because he's played for the Kangaroos and I've seen him a little bit more,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're kind of fun.
Because he was your number one op
Yeah, I hated
for
him.
so long.
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting.
But hey, people can change.
Maybe I'll start liking him too. I only hated him to be solidarity with you.
Hey, you can feel whatever you like now.
Interesting.
You come out, you're like, yeah, I'm in love with
I'm
him.
actually
We're actually
dating
dating.
Getting married, engaged.
Oh, we actually have a child on the way, so yeah.
Jack Bird is on his way to the Tigers, and Max Fiagay heads to the Dolphins. Ignore that one
clubs
because he's
is-
moved.
Oh, crazy. Eels. Josh Adokar is set for a move to the Eels after agreeing terms on a 2-year deal. Zach Lomax is another major signing for the Eels. Sorry, did the Eels not lose?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
just putting that one out there.
yeah.
Clint
But maybe they
Gutherson
won't.
leaves.
They're getting all these good
Yeah,
players.
I mean, I wonder how much people are getting paid. Like, you'd assume Zach Lomax, after being in the Kangaroos, is going to be paid fucking heaps. Isaiah Longy, is that an L?
Yep.
Is the new number 1 from Penrith, while the Panthers poached young gun Blaze Talagi.
I love Blaze Talagi.
Is this Blaze Talagi?
Yeah.
Smash, low-key.
He was in my hottest.
Yeah, I feel like he was in
I
mine
remember
too.
him. Yep.
Regan Campbell-Gillard has made a move to Queensland to the Titans, while another young gun in Ethan Sanders has moved to the Raiders.
Yep.
Mikey Sivo also departs the club after being released from his contract. Interesting.
The Knights. A number of outs for the Knights with Daniel Safiti heading to the Dolphins, Inari Tualau to the Bulldogs, and David Armstrong to Lay. Whatever the frick that is. Tyrone Thompson joins his brother Leo at the club after making the code jump from rugby. So he's going
Union.
to play league. Yep.
Yeah.
I assume that's what that.
A number of big name premiership winners are on the way out of Penrith. This is,
Yeah, we knew this.
Jerome Luai is going to the Tigers. Aden Fanua-Blake is going to the Warriors, and Sunia Taruva is going to the Tigers. With those losses comes a number of fresh recruits, though, notably Isaiah Papali'i from the Tigers and Blaze Talagi from the Eels. The Panthers have also lost a couple of young guns in Jet Cleary to the Warriors and Isaiah Longy?
I think.
Iongi?
No idea.
To the Eels.
Rabbitohs. Damien Cook leaves the Rabbitohs after 207 games.
Fucking
He's
hell.
going to the Dragons. That is a long career.
207 games is...
career. Yep. Lewis Dodd arrives from St. Helens, while Jamie Humphreys is another halves option from Manly. Josh Schuster has been handed an NRL lifeline by Wayne Bennett and will join the side in 2025. And Ewan Aitken and Lachlan Hubner also follow Bennett. We already said that.
The Raiders, Elliot Whitehead and Jordan Rapana to the Super League, sees the departure of a couple of experienced heads. Also heading to the Super League with Catalans is Nick Kotrick. Ethan Sanders is a promising recruit for the club from the Eels. Mm-hmm. So lots of people heading to the Super League.
So, and I think, yeah, and I don't know why. Maybe the money's better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, a lot of the players in Union go over to France or Japan to play. I'm thinking maybe it's something like that. I don't really know. The Roosters, though, the Chooks lose a lot of star power out of the league completely in 2025. Luke Keary and Jaden Ware Hargraves to the Super League. Joseph Suoli'i to the Wallabies / the Raiders. Nope.
Joey Manu is going to Japanese rugby? Mm-hmm. What the freak?
Which is what I was just saying. A lot of players go to Japan to play rugby.
Oh, Joey Manu.
And Satili Tuapanua, don't know if I said that right, has also left the club for the Bulldogs.
The only recruit for the Roosters so far is Chad Townsend, who will likely go straight into the halves for the injured Sam Walker, while Ben Hunt obviously remains right on the radar for the club.
Everybody wants him. Everybody. Literally everybody.
Like, valid, I guess. Sea Eagles have recruited a couple of experienced forwards in Jazz Tevaga from the Warriors and Sio Siua Taukeaho from Catalans, which I'm assuming is
Super League.
Mm-hmm. Jackson Paolo and Carl Lawton depart from North Queensland, while Brad Parker and Aaron Woods hang up the boots. Matt Lodge leaves the club without a new home for 2025 yet.
Interesting. Aden Fanua-Blake is a big signing for the Sharks. Halfback Braden Trindle has re-signed for Cronulla on the back end of a stellar...
on the back of a stellar end to the campaign.
Yeah. Royce Hunt departs the club and heads to the Tigers, while Jack Williams leaves for the Eels.
For the Storm, Stefano Utoikamanu is the marquee recruit.
Both of us are having strokes.
Is the marquee recruit for Melbourne. A big loss for the Tigers. Jonah Pezzett has knocked back a contract extension, which will leave rival clubs circling with interest.
And then for the Titans, Regan Campbell-Gillard is a big recruit. And Tanner Boyd and Aaron Clark leave the club to head abroad to the Warriors as part of Holtz's roster shake-up.
But I heard that Keenan Palacia was leaving the Titans to go to to go to the Rhinos.
And we did Google the Rhinos, and he does have a player profile on their website.
So he's going into Super League as well.
Yeah. Which...
Brush up on your shit, news.com. What the fuck?
Oh.
So random. Freaking Kempro! Oh my god!
There
when
are
we were in the
so
Gold Coast,
many of them.
there was like 74 Kempros, but like from getting into the Gold Coast to Broadbeach.
Yeah, 5 million. It's like big pharmacies. Am I right?
It must be a Gold Coast thing though, because I don't see a lot of Kempros in Brisbane.
No. Yeah, and apparently they sponsor the Titans. Apparently they're seen on their jerseys, so they do. Warriors. James Fisher-Harris is going to the Warriors, filling the hole vacated by Aden Fanua-Blake. Sean Johnson is a huge loss, retiring. Sad times.
Yeah, sad.
And Jazz Tevaga also departs for Manly, while Marcelo Montoya heads to the Bulldogs. We've already said these names.
Lots of movement at the Tigers. Jerome Luai is a marquee recruit, set to form a combo in the halves with rising star Lachlan Galvin. Sunia Turuva also joins Luai, making the move. The Tigers lose 2 key forwards in Isaiah Papali'i and Stefano Tuikamanu. Jack Bird also comes to the club from the Dragons, as does Jarrell Skelton. Terrell May has met with Benji Marshall and could be a strong signing for the club. Who's Benji Marshall?
Benji Marshall is their coach.
Originally,
I think.
yeah, I think so. Or their,
Manager or something.
yeah, maybe a bit of a Dave CEO moment.
That's what I was just thinking.
Slay, well, that's all your transfers. Well,
There's a lot of them.
For
and
now.
I'm sure there will be more. It'll make more sense when you actually see them playing and wearing the jerseys and
Yeah.
stuff. Right now, it's just a lot of names.
yeah.
And a lot of switches.
And a lot of names that I would know their faces, but I don't
Not
necessarily know their names.
Yeah. And like maybe we've said the names wrong, and if we'd said them right, we would have realised who it was.
Yeah,
Kind
for
of
real.
vibes, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all of your transfers so far.
Mhm.
And we will move on to the AFL draft because that is on Wednesday and Thursday, the 20th of November and the 21st of November. Apparently, you can watch it on KO Sports if you're into that.
I didn't realise that they did a draft every year.
I knew they did a draft, but I have no idea what that means.
It's giving NBA.
It's giving America.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is football when they, like, all go up and they put on the jersey.
Yeah.
And apparently they do it on the 20th of November because all the school leavers have finished their exams. So they wait till they've finished and then they draft them straight out of high school.
Smart.
But we've got a little beginner's guide to an AFL draft.
And I'm just cackling that it's taken a leaf out of friggin' I want to say Sound of Music or Mary Poppins book because it says, let's start from the beginning, a very good place to start. I'm fairly certain that's either from Mary Poppins or it's from Sound of Music.
So random.
So rogue. Okay.
So the first step is to understand who's eligible to be drafted. You have to be 18.
Or older, obviously.
Yeah. So a lot of school leavers. Hence why the draft is when it is.
Meaning many are school leavers, alternating between their books and pens and the Sharon, which is the ball.
It's a very dramatic,
This is
article.
like a novel.
but it's from AFL Queensland.
I'm loving it. Who is the author? Doesn't say.
Corporate author.
Oh. Zoe Nelson. Slay Queen. Slay Queen.
Shout out. It's from 2017.
Okay.
Should have found a better one. Sorry.
The NAB AFL National Draft combine, in which nominated young players from around Australia are invited to attend. This is where they can show prospective clubs all they have to offer and get to nitty-gritty details in interviews. Usually about 100 or so players attend the combine, and the best 50 or so are selected for the NAB AFL draft. So they interview, and then they get selected to be in the draft,
To then potentially be selected.
to be in the team. That's fucked.
But
No,
I also...
no, it's not. It makes sense. But
I
it's-
wonder if everyone who's selected for the draft gets a place. Like if they have to be
Well,
picked.
how about we keep reading? Maybe we'll find out.
Okay.
Throughout the year, young players also play in a variety of competitions around Australia under the watchful eye of recruiters. Perhaps the most well-known of these is the NAB AFL Under-18 National Championships. So we have our pool of draft prospects, but how does AFL decide which team gets to choose first? I mean, surely there must be some kind of system. Otherwise, all clubs would be like a flock of seagulls chasing after the highest draft pick, saying, mine, 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 mine. I love Zoe Nielsen. Is that her name?
Yep.
She slays.
She's done a great job keeping my attention.
Absolutely. Well, lucky for them, the AFL have got it covered. To help promote fairness and an equal league, draft picks are determined by the club's performance in the calendar home and away season. And no, this isn't referring to a TV show performance. Oh, fuck's sake, Zoe. This means each year's bottom of the ladder team, Wooden Spooners, receive the highest first round draft pick, number 1. while the top of the ladder finishers, premiers, get the lowest first round pick, number 18.
So, random shit that she's talking about. The thing that I've noticed, though, is they can swap. They can trade picks for other picks. Like, I'm pretty sure the Lions had number 18 or whatever they just said. And they traded it for a player. Like, I will give you pick number 3 and pick number 8 if you give me
Pick number 1.
a person.
Yeah. Okay, so if you lose, you get first pick to try and make your team better.
Yeah.
And then if you win, you get last pick because your team's already pretty good. Okay. It's like, fucking hell, there's so much narrative to this. Priority picks are additional draft picks occasionally given under special circumstances to struggling teams to give them a performance booster. Factors such as the number of premiership points that a club has received, a club's point percentage and finals appearances and premiership wins in recent seasons are all considered to determine eligibility. Oh, fuck off, Zoe!
It was really good at the start and now there's too much yapping.
There's one last aspect that's worth mentioning, especially for Queenslanders. If you didn't know already, teams from Queensland and New South Wales have some unique rules around players from those states to help grow our game in those areas.
Interesting.
Academies aligned to AFL clubs in these traditionally non-football states have been created to help better develop talented local juniors and ultimately strengthen their AFL clubs. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
No, neither. To help keep the competition fair while still giving clubs with academies an incentive and advantage to drafting their local talent, a bidding system has been recently introduced. Picks are weighted with a value index, and every draft pick has been allocated a numerical value. Pick 1 is worth around 3,000 points, and pick 73 is worth about 9. Okay. 73 is such a rogue number. Is that, is that how many draftees there are?
I don't know.
If a draftee is from one of the 4 northern academies mentioned above, the Swans, Giants, Lions, or Suns, will receive a discount when matching a bid placed on them from another team. So if another team has chosen them and they want them, they don't have to pay as much.
I don't know. But how is that fair for the player? Or do they
No,
have,
well, I don't think it's their, like,
they're paying in their numerical
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Northern clubs are able to use their lower picks, taking advantage of the discount to move up the order of the draft to take their academy player where the bid comes in. The same rules apply to father-son players.
Oh, so tell me what a father-son player is.
What the fuck is a father-son player?
Because when I was looking at the predictions of the draft, it was saying father-son has already done this, father-son this. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
The father-son rule is a rule that allows clubs preferential recruiting access to the sons of players who have made a major past contribution to the club in Australian rules football. Most loaded... okay. So it's literally a father-son.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a player for the Lions or a draftee about to be or a player for the Lions. I feel like it might have been Will Ashcroft.
Along with an equivalent father-daughter rule in its women's competition. Both allow clubs first recruiting access to the son or daughter of a long-serving member of that club. That's so rogue. Okay, nepotism.
Yeah, hey. Fair enough, I guess. Okay, well, I guess we'll tell you how the draft goes next week.
Yeah.
But there's someone who's got a father-son in the Lions that I was reading about, but I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, Levi Ashcroft. The Lions are set to match bids on the father-son prospect Levi Ashcroft and academy player Sam Marshall. So it's kind of like, yes, you're doing a draft, but also you can pull some strings behind the scenes to actually get what you want. Very interesting. Very fun. Continuing on with AFL.
Last but not least, The Suns have a new Guernsey.
How do you feel about it? They have two. They have a clash blue and yellow one, and they have a red on red. When their previous was, well, not only do they have a new Guernsey, they have a new
Logo.
Yeah, I was going to say symbol. They have a new logo.
A new motif, if you will.
My thing is, I like the new logo. I just wish it wasn't red on red.
I like the yellow and blue one.
Yeah.
The red on red is just a bit rogue. Like, it makes the blue and yellow one seem a bit random.
Yeah.
Because there's no blue or yellow on the red one.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I do like the logo though. It's like an S, but that also looks like a G, and there's the sun setting on the water for the beach. Like water, sun.
Okay.
I read it. I didn't make it up.
Okay. But it's also an S
Yeah,
for suns. Wow. Okay, graphic design.
Right?
I just think, like, FML. Girl uses computer for the first time. In the old ones.
They don't even look. There's a picture of the New Jersey, and the players do not look happy to be wearing it.
They look like they want to die. In the old ones, I'm assuming the red is the home jersey.
Yes,
Guernsey.
I think so. Guernsey, yep.
It has red, it has yellow, and it has a blue, like, shadow, I'm going to call it, on the logo.
Yep.
Which correlates very well to the away jersey, which is blue, yellow, and red. They've got the same colours in them.
Yeah, these ones are so...
The new ones are so different from each other.
Mesh. I saw a lot of people online. Once again, you're going to find people hating anything new uniform. But they were all saying it looks like a training, like what you'd wear to the training, the red on red.
I agree.
Which I'm like, yeah, it does look like a training jersey, Guernsey.
Like, I don't really have anything against it. Like, it looks fine.
It's just a bit rogue.
It is a bit rogue. It just looks like a little bit randomly thrown together, which I don't mean to discredit the work that someone has done. Multiple people have done.
Multiple people have approved it as well. Like, people like it, obviously, for it to be a thing. And I do really like the logo.
I do as well. I just think it should be yellow or something.
Yes, I agree. Anyway.
Yeah. That's our thoughts on that.
I'm excited to see everybody else's new jerseys, whatever.
Jerseys and Guernseys.
Yep.
I agree.
I'm so excited for the season to start again. We've already talked about trying to get tickets to the AFL
opener.
The NRL opener is in March.
Yeah.
Save up, get some tickets for that.
Go to a netball game.
Maybe
a men's netball game.
And
How
maybe
about that?
hopefully they do a little dance, a big dance.
Fingers crossed. How do you like
that.
them apples?
Dobbo, whatever the fuck your name is.
Dubbo. Okay, you're an elephant. Okay, you're a
Dobby,
place in
you're a fucking
New
alien.
South Wales. Stupid idiot. Anyway. That's it.
That was all we have for you today.
That's it. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Bye.